Time you're on a losing streak, you're just happy to win a game. Sometimes you need to find a way to win. I thought there were some things we did in that game that were very, very good. I wasn't real pleased with the finish, but give Fred credit. I mean, he's got three or four guys on that team. Allen is and McGowan are two of the better players that we'll face in this league, and they, caught fire at the end. We're still not finishing games, but we needed to get our wings going. I thought AJ helped do that. He got people the ball. I thought Aaron Henry played his best game as a Spartan, and doesn't surprise me. He did the things he had to do. He got to the free throw line. He got in the paint. He pulled up and hit a couple of shots. He made a couple threes. He just kind of did it in the way he should do it. And I think Josh Langford starting to, play a little better, and I expected that. I thought AJ did a pretty solid job on the offensive end. He's got some work to do on the defensive end, but, did some things that I think are going to help us. And that was good. My next line of business is to make sure that we get Joey, who just isn't getting as many shots as I'd like, and Rocket, putting him in a position on that wing or on the break where he can really do some things. If we can get those two guys going, both on the offense and defensive end, I think our team improves a lot. Good teams got two or three guys that are really playing well, and they got two or three guys that fit the roles, and that's what I'm trying to do with ours. As far as Rutgers goes, no one I like in this league more than Steve Peichel, not because we're playing him. He's just been a guy that since day one, he has humility and humbleness. He kind of coaches with an old school mentality. His teams are tough. They work hard. And I love the way he's built it. It reminds me of what we did here. He got those freshmen, got a couple kids, local kids. He played those freshmen and took his lumps. Thought last year they got better. This year they're a lot better. I mean, there's no question that Ron Harper has turned himself into not only one of the best players in the league, but I think one of the better players in the country. I think he's upped his value tremendously. And I think that's what happens when a team plays together. Baker was hurt a little early. He was their point guard last year. He's not even back to true form yet, but he is improving each and every game. And then you got those other two wings, Mathis and Young, and Young's got to be one of the other most improved players in the game. So you put all that together, they've now got experience. They got experience that took their lumps. And I think that's always a critical part. At least that's the way it was for us, because guys know what it's like to go through the grind and fail. In this day and age, it's hard to let anybody fail. They failed early, and they just kept getting better. And that's a great credit to Steve and his team. And then to top it off, Miles Johnson, a kid that could barely get up and down the court his freshman year, is blossoming into a very nice player. Then you got the two young kids coming off the bench. So they've got experience now. They were a little short on depth because of some injuries. They're getting that back. I still think this is one of the best teams in the league. And I think they might have as well-coached team as that we have in this league. So that's where I'm at with Rutgers. That's where I'm at with Michigan State. I'll take questions. I'd be lying to you if I told you yesterday's and today's practices weren't better, just because, everybody's human, Even writers get down if their team's not winning, Parents get down, girlfriends get down, players get down, coach gets down. I mean, just the way it works. And so I think that's true. This will be our fifth-ranked team that we've played. And so we've got to keep everything in perspective a little bit. It's only our second home game of 5, and I'm not sure home or away is as much of an advantage as it used to, but it still is different. And so I think bringing in a team that I think, they all but beat Iowa the other day. They got a big win over Illinois. This is a very, very good basketball team. They had Ohio State down 15-12 most of the game, and then all of a sudden the last 6-7 minutes, I think Ohio State went on a 21-1 run. And so this team, I say it could be undefeated. And I think, too, that they're getting some people back now. I thought Baker was going to be one of the best players, and he is going to be, but it's taking some time for him to get back from the injury. So, yeah, getting him in here and getting a chance to really see where we're at, I think, is important. As I said, I think for us to be great, we got to get Rocket and Joey going a little bit more, and some of that is on me. And so I'm going to take that challenge and see if we can do it both ways.
Yeah.
Find out, today's practice, I made sure he knows that he's still a freshman that doesn't know anything. I think that's all part of the process. And the great part is he wasn't a McDonald's coming in, so he hasn't been over pampered, although every kid's been pampered nowadays, but he hasn't been over pampered. His dad is a guy that is pretty hard on him. So I think, he keeps his humility and keeps working. I mean, it's not like he was Cassius Winston out there, but at the same time, I think you're right. I think he ran our team. I think he can make some plays on the break that come natural to him. And that's kind of what we're looking for. And, but, you got to give Aaron and Josh credit too. They did some things with the ball when we got it to them. And so I think we're going to keep building on that. I've been my never-ending chore at center. But if I had to be honest with you, I feel like I'm getting some progress out of Marty, and I think I don't believe I'm going to say this because I keep going up and down with him, but Marcus Bingham has been very good in practice about last week, and so we're going to need his size some too. So we're making some progress. We got a long way to go, and yet I've been pleased with the way we practiced. And hopefully that'll mean we'll start playing consistently better.